Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dalton Hopkins of Frontstretch.com, flanked to my right by, once again, the one and only Michael Massie, and we are here at Gateway Worldwide Technology Raceway. We just got done with the annual NASCAR Cup Series race, doing some coverage there. 300 miles, 240 laps. At the end of the day, it is currently 8:12 p.m. Yeah, 8:12 p.m. I'm reading the Central Time. So, if you're seeing this, it's a lot much later than that probably. So, but we just got done with 240 laps here at Gateway with the annual race, Cup Series race. Denny Hamlin wins his 5th race of the year in 2025 at 44 years old. He's now at 59 wins total in the Cup Series. I mean, we're talking about a guy who's really should be at the end of his career, and yet it almost feels like he's still at the pinnacle of his time.
Yeah, I know his goal was 60 wins. He's getting 60, probably this year.
And then some.
And he's got to change the goalpost. 70, Denny. Set the new goal at 70. There's also the 200th win for Toyota, and I believe he tied Kyle Busch for the most wins in Toyota. So, big day for him, for the manufacturer as a whole. It didn't always seem like he was going to win it. He kind of emerged late. I mean, he did win the pole. Technically, he won this race from the pole, but there were times where he was not out at front, and there are other people that seemed like they had it, but he caught a caution there at the right time. You know, you got to be lucky, you got to be good. He was good on the restart. He pulled away there at the end, got it done. He's in the round of 12 now. Denny Hamlin with good luck in the playoffs. Yeah. How about that?
That sounds like a really, really dangerous Denny Hamlin, because that's usually not a guy that has a whole lot of luck in the playoffs. Continuing the trend, 8 out of the last 10 Cup Series winners started from the front row. So Denny Hamlin continues that trend. He's in the playoffs, or he's in the round of 12, like you said, and having one of the best years that I feel like maybe ever. Maybe not the most wins, obviously, but the season's not done yet. And I think his record is 8, if I'm not mistaken. His record is 8 in the season. I can't.
Sounds right.
It's like 7 right? I can't remember. But regardless, I mean, we're talking about a guy who is in his 20th full-time year of the Cup Series, and he looks like he's maybe still in his prime. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you this question too. And I know we didn't discuss this question, but I'll ask you this. I'm going to throw you a screwball. Yeah, off the cuff. Here we go. Get ready for this one.
Yeah.
And let me know if you heard this question before. Does Denny Hamlin win the championship this year?
He does. It's just,
you really think so?
I actually am starting to think so. Because, like I said, he had good luck tonight. He usually doesn't have. It's always something's happened in these early rounds where he's just struggling to get through them. I mean, he makes it through them most of the time to a round of 8. But I think this time he's building up so many playoff points. He's so consistent. Even when he's not winning races, he's up there. So it just feels like he's at least going to make the championship 4. Now, if a Team Penske car makes it to Phoenix, we can have that discussion again. But I just feel like funny stuff happens in the world. Yeah. Him winning the championship this year, of all years, a year when he is in a lawsuit against NASCAR, I mean, it's too well written, right? I think it happens. I really do.
If you got a sense of humor, you kind of have to root for that almost. Yeah. You have to root for that storyline. You mentioned, and all that stuff on his plate, all that stuff going on, owning a race team, in the lawsuit, having a family, all these other things that he's doing, and he's currently probably the championship favorite at the moment. Unless, like you said, a Team Penske car is in the Final 4.
Another one was pretty good today. Got a top 5. And,
Joey Logano snuck in there, and Ryan Blaney was up there
as well.
Too.
Yeah,
he was up there too. We'll get to him in a second. A lot of some controversy behind Ryan Blaney, but one Penske affiliated car that is likely not going to be in the round of 12. That's likely not going to be in the championship 4 as well. It's Josh Berry, and he, along with 3 other drivers right now below the cut line, looking into Bristol. Austin Dillon, Shane Van Gisbergen, Alex Bowman, and Josh Berry. Josh Berry out of the race early on in stage 1 with that incident from Chase Elliott. And then you got Austin Dillon, who had a speeding penalty. Shane Van Gisbergen, who also had a speeding penalty. I'm sorry, Alex Bowman had a speeding penalty. Shane Van Gisbergen had a speeding penalty. And Austin Dillon got stage points but really couldn't make things work.
Mm-hmm.
Out of those 4 guys below the cut line, which one surprises you the most?
I gotta lean with Alex Bowman just because he's in a Hendrick car, just because he's made deep playoff runs before. But at the same time, it's not surprising because all year he's kind of been the fourth Hendrick guy. I mean, you look at this race earlier today. At one point, Hendrick had 3 cars in the top 5. The one car that wasn't in the top 5, Alex Bowman. And now he hurt his finish with a speeding penalty. And that's another thing. People talk about Hamlin's bad luck in the playoffs. I feel like Bowman has worse luck in the playoffs. It's just something always happens. So I'm not that surprised, but just given the fact that he's a talented driver, it's a good car, and the fact that it's not working out is a surprise. So it's got to be him, just because the other 3 you kind of saw coming.
Yeah. I think it's surprising that he's looking this bad this early.
Yes.
In the playoffs for me, because we're talking about a guy that's been in the round of 8 before. Yeah. And it's not working out for him. We caught up with all 4 of those guys. Yeah. Josh Berry included, even at the Care Center. You can check out those videos on Frontstretch.com. I wrote an article about that. You can also check that out on Frontstretch.com. That's live now. And read about what they had to say exclusively to us. So we got quotes that nobody else got, and they told them to us. So you can go check that out. And they're looking into Bristol. Austin Dillon is minus 11. I'm thinking off the top of my head right now. Austin Dillon minus 11. SVG minus 16, I want to say. And these are unofficial. And then you have Alex Bowman, who's minus 35. And then I think you have Josh Berry minus 45. So there's going to be some luck. You're going to need some luck. And we have a new tire coming in next week at Bristol, so that'll be interesting to watch. But what was also interesting to watch, and we mentioned him earlier, the other Ryan Blaney car, the other Team Penske car that finished in the top 5, Ryan Blaney, had some issues today, had a run-in today, and you caught up with both he and Kyle Larson after the fact. What'd they say?
Yeah, so Kyle was quick to point out that it was not intentional. It was a mistake. They're racing hard. I mean, if you watch the race today, it was hard to pass. We saw at one point Joey Logano was running second, and he's just holding up like the whole field behind him because he's just running a high line and nobody could pass him. And it was the same kind of deal here. Blaney's holding up Larson. They're coming to the end of stage 2. Every point matters, even though I think both of these guys are easily going to advance to the next round of the playoffs. And Larson said the last time he got alongside Blaney and you kind of drag him back with the side draft. So that time, he's, I don't know, it's like he tried the same thing and he didn't get there, so he figured he would slide in behind him, but not clear, and he clipped him and sent him spinning. And Blaney said, it's funny, he told us what their conversation, they talked afterwards, and you got video of that, but he said the first thing was like, he just walked up and was like, why'd you spin me, man? Look, what did I do for you to spin me? But he later calmed down and was like, I know he didn't do it on purpose. At least I hope he didn't do that on purpose. I can't imagine he would do that on purpose. But at the end of the day, I still spun out. Yeah. I still got the bad end of this deal. So it's not something you can just move on from. As he said, he's not going to have a grudge because of it. I don't think you'll see him right hook Kyle Larson next week at Bristol or something like that because of it. But it's just, when he races him, he's going to be thinking about it. He's going to race him a little harder, maybe not give him as much space. So that's where it kind of carries on, where Larson's not really making a friend here.
Yeah, a bad situation for both drivers. And like you said, both drivers agree. Larson didn't do that on purpose. He's not the kind of guy that would do something like that. It was very obviously unintentional. But like you said, it still happened.
Yeah.
And just because he didn't do it on purpose does not free him of guilt.
Yes.
So there may be something there. I doubt we'll see something going forward between those two drivers. But like you said, it could be interesting. Maybe we see a little bit some hard racing from Blaney towards Larson. And what better place to race somebody hard than Bristol Motor Speedway, which is coming up next, the Bristol Night Race, which is going to be next week. I will be there. You will not, but I will be there with Mark Crystal. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for our coverage. That's going to begin, I believe, on Thursday because we got Trucks, ARCA, Xfinity on Saturday, or Xfinity on Friday, and then Cup on Saturday. So it's going to be a long 3 days of just nonstop short track racing. So tune in for that. Thank you for watching our coverage. Thank you for following along. I'm Dalton Hopkins. This is Michael Massie, and we're done. We're done here at Gateway. We're getting out of here at St. Louis, and we're heading home, and we're getting ready for the final round of the round of 16.
I'm Caleb Barnes with Frontstretch.com. Come back soon for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.